Hello, welcome to the One Shepherd Lsw Operators Guide. First question, what is an LSW? LSW stands for Light Support Weapon. This is what One Shepherd uses to fulfill the role of LSW, like the British use, a SAW like the US Army uses for the automatic rifleman role, or the IAR that the Marine Corps uses to fill the automatic rifleman's role. This is not a fully automatic weapon such as those weapon systems, but does make use of the ECHO Fostech II Binary trigger. What is a binary trigger? Well, a binary trigger is a trigger that will fire this weapon when pulled to the rear one shot, and when you release that trigger, it fires a second shot. So when you manipulate the trigger quickly, doing Hamel pairs, double taps, whatever you want to call it, it will put out a volume of fire somewhat equivalent to a fully automatic weapon that would be used in a light support role by the automatic rifleman and a fire team. Let's take a close-up look at the fire control group of this weapon system. Just like an M16 or an M4 or an L86, this has a 3-position selector lever. Your first position is safe. And just like on every AR-15 in the world, the middle position is semi-automatic. Your third position is the binary trigger position. In this position, the weapon will fire 2 shots. It'll fire your first one as you pull the trigger, and your second one as you release it. So pull and release, pull and release, pull and release. You move back to just plain semi-auto, it'll work like a semi-auto trigger. Pull, it will fire. When you release, it'll just reset and not fire. And most importantly, while in safe, the weapon will not fire. The LSW is an AR-15 based weapon system, so therefore the operation of it will seem familiar and is pretty much the exact same as the other AR-15 rifles used by One Shepherd. First, seat the magazine, make sure it's in place. Send the bolt home. Now the weapon's ready to fire. Now first we'll go to semi and we'll fire a few shots. There you go, it works just like a semi-automatic rifle. Now we move the selector switch to binary, which when I pull the trigger will give us a shot on a pull and on the release. Pull, release, pull, release. And that's how it works. Alright, now let's do some hammer pairs and see how it looks in the binary mode. Alright, we've topped off with a fresh magazine. Now let's go to the binary mode and dump the mag. And just like your AR-15 that the regular rifleman uses, this will lock back on an empty magazine. Please take note of the condition of this LSW. This is how it will be issued to you. We'll have a mag pull bipod. We'll have the binary trigger system on it. It will have a sling. It may or may not have a red dot sight, and it will have a D300 Generation 2 night vision sight. This is the condition the LSW will be issued to you in. This is the condition you will turn it back into the arms room in. We realize that on the FTX out in the field, you may need to remove the night vision sight for your daytime operations. We also realize the sling configuration may not work for you, and we do encourage you to A, bring your own slings if that's what you prefer, and B, to configure it to your needs in the field. However, that being said, upon completion, when you've cleaned the weapon and you're ready to turn it back in, this is the configuration you will turn it back in. In addition to the binary trigger that gives this thing the ability to have a simulated fully automatic fire, there's one other difference between this and the regular AR-15s that One Shepherd uses in its training, and that's the disassembly. You still take it apart like any other AR-style rifle, pull out the pin, it breaks open shotgun style. However, when you go to close it back up, you'll find that you cannot get the pin in no matter what you do. What you have to do is, on the fire control group, there is a little widget back here. Hammer forward, you push forward with the selector in the binary mode and pull all the way back. Keeping the trigger back, you push down the upper receiver and push the pin in, and voila, it's back together. It's not intuitive. We hope this video answers any questions you may have about the LSW weapon system used by One Shepherd. Should you still have questions, please seek out the logistics officer or a member of the cadre for proper assembly of this weapon.